We are talking to the amazing Simpson Protocol practitioners that have told their story and their client stories in this book, Simpson Protocol from the Inside. Case studies, insights, and observations from the people who use the SP process on a daily basis. Today we're talking to Claudia Dagnino from Vancouver. She is a wonderful SP trainer for the Spanish language anywhere. Hi, Claudia.
And I also teach in English.
Yes, you also think in English in Canada. Yeah.
So thank you, Ines. As always, it's an honor to have time with you. I'm in Vancouver, but for some people that may want to know a little bit more about me, I'm originally from Chile. That's why the accent. I speak Spanish. And I've been in Vancouver for a little bit over 20 years now. I'm a registered clinical counselor, what is known in our countries in South America as psychologist. And I love and I use the Simpson protocol in my sessions.
Let's talk a little bit about your background in the world of hypnosis. What was it, Simpson protocol that attracted you, or were you interested in hypnosis?
I've always been interested and passionate about helping people discover their inner power. So I was open to find something that would allow me to make this connection between the person and that inner power. And I never really found that in regular, traditional styles of hypnosis. When I came to know about the Simpson protocol, and I had an interview with you, and I had my first session. Some of the things that I really love about Simpson protocol. Number one, there is an ethic, something very ethical here. One of the main questions says to the person, are you willing to allow your superconscious mind to do all the work for you? Are you willing to allow superconscious mind to take you as deep as is needed? We, as the hypnotists, we have the role of being the guidance, and we respect what is being discussed or resolved within the person and their superconscious mind. And that is a detail that I absolutely love. I know of people that have been severely traumatized by some regular style of hypnosis because they experienced fear. They told me I was forced to see or to think about something that I didn't want to. And in that sense, the Simpson protocol is so gentle and respectful, though providing very strong results.
Yeah. Yeah, it's very interesting. We don't place ourselves in to make decisions. Yes. We don't ever do that. So whatever they say, we go by. So they are completely in charge of themselves, that is.
Mm-hmm.
So it empowers them, because for them, suddenly opening up all this knowledge without, don't know, have the feelings. You can have the feelings, but they're very discerning if they give you the feelings. Some people say, oh, I don't want the feeling. And you said, that's fine. You just feel sense or no. It doesn't have to be that you're feeling it.
Mm-hmm.
If you're sensing or knowing, that's just fine. Everybody has a different modality. Because everybody thinks hypnosis is a thing. It's all the same.
No,
and it's not. Hypnosis is completely different for each person.
And even those cases in which, for some reason, the superconscious mind have facilitated seeing maybe a situation that was emotionally strong, always people tell me that they felt protected all the time. Anyways, it's like they were seeing things through a glass. So the experience of the Simpson protocol has never been a traumatic experience.
No, I think it's very good.
Yeah, not for the person who is receiving hypnosis, and also not for the...
But it's also not for the people who like to be in charge. Mm-hmm. If you like to be in charge of the person, in charge, they say under. that's meaning they're under hypnosis. They're
Mm-hmm.
not in hypnosis.
Mm-hmm.
It's a difference. And if they want to have all that power, supposedly,
Mm-hmm.
so it wouldn't be for those practitioners.
Mm.
It wouldn't suit their nature.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For those who want to have the principal role of ordering what the client is supposed to do, or what I believe is the best for the client, no, the Simpson protocol is not for you.
I think you and me and all of us, as we give the person the power to make the choice.
Exactly.
Yeah. Now, as I said, you have a great results
Mm-hmm.
with the Simpson protocol. And can you tell us a little bit what your take is on Simpson protocol? What are the little things, anything that stand out to you?
One of the things that stands out for me the most, I'm always talking about all the beauty of the Simpson protocol, but the fact that is, as I mentioned, very respectful and very gentle, and yet provides very powerful results. I also love the fact that the hypnotist is the guy that connects both the
Yeah.
person with their inner mind, in this case, the superconscious mind, that is gentle for the hypnotist. For some people that may experience vicarious trauma, so the hypnotist doesn't need to hear, and at the same time, the person that is in hypnosis doesn't need to be thinking or seeing something traumatic. I also love the fact that the Simpson protocol leaves you with this tool that is your self-hypnosis, leaves you with the ability to become more independent when using this inner power, this connection with your superconscious mind through practicing your self-hypnosis.
Yeah.
And even for those who are thinking about training, please feel free to contact Ines, to contact me, to contact all the instructors. We will be happy to assist you with questions that you can, of course, have. Now, sometimes I do talk about science, but from the perspective of I am so glad that now science is catching up in developing tools to study things that in the past were completely dismissed. The inner power, the ability to change things in your body through, for example, a Simpson protocol. It used to be dismissed and disqualified in the past just because science didn't have the right tools. I mean, I want to share something interesting with you. There is this super famous physicist. His name is Brian Josephson.
Mm-hmm.
He's just so unbelievable that he was given the Nobel Prize at age 20. And yet he is the number one person who recognizes the inner power that people have. He has openly talked about the power that people have to telepathy, for example.
Mm-hmm.
And we're talking about a Nobel Prize physicist. In other interviews where he has been backing up his colleagues that have been working in distant vision, right? That is a phenomenon that is basically considered parapsychology, and backing up that back in the University of Stanford in early 70s was conducting actually research regarding distant vision. And even in the documentary, it explains that even the FBI got involved. But bottom line, talking once again, every person has that inner power. And again, the Simpson protocol
They sure do.
talks about and approach people knowing I will help you to connect with your superconscious mind, because it's with you, it's in you. Now, the phrase being open to the possibilities, which is your signature phrase in this, it doesn't mean you have to believe in hypnosis and you have to believe, but at the same time, to release any limiting beliefs that will interfere with you having the possibility of accessing to these results, just being open to the possibilities, open to receive, and see what happens.
Yep. Claudia, now talk about your contributions in the book, The Simpson Protocol from the Inside, where you write about amazing things that happened with your clients.
So the book is really a piece of jewelry, especially for those, and I want to include everybody, the people that already feel that they have a mind open to possibilities. But for those that may be a little bit hesitant or maybe new to this world of hypnosis, especially to the world of Simpson protocol, it described different cases, different situations, life situations that anybody could have encountered in life, either yourself, either people that you know, and you want to have a closer look how the Simpson protocol can help me, can contribute to changing my life, improving different aspects of my life. Particularly the cases that I presented were people that at the time were experiencing significant challenges. One of them was experiencing physical challenges. They received a diagnosis of vertigo, and one in particular had vertigo happening regularly for several years. They have seen a doctor, they have had a diagnosis, they have had particular medications that they had to use, and yet they were not finding really ease to what was going on with them. And they were open to the possibilities and to have a Simpson protocol session. And these two particular people that had severe vertigo, one of them, when she called me, she was lying on a yoga mat for a week. She said, Claudia, I can't even sit. And sure enough, they received a one Simpson protocol session. And they had a significant turnover. They haven't experienced vertigo anymore. It was almost funny because with one of them, when we finished the session, and she kind of sat a little bit, and she was moving her jaw in a funny way, opening and closing her mouth, and I didn't know what she was doing. And she says, Claudia, I don't have any clog on my ears anymore. And she was feeling good. She didn't have this vertigo anymore. And the other person that used to experience vertigo a few times a year for so many years, she hasn't experienced. I have follow up with her. She hasn't experienced vertigo anymore. So, and I want to be clear, the Simpson protocol and the people who work with the Simpson protocol, it's not that we are advertising, don't go to the doctor, don't do medications, but we also want to invite you to be open and consider that connection with, we describe in Simpson protocols, your superconscious mind and everything that can be resolved within you and your superconscious mind. And that is, I find amazing results with that.
Yeah, that sounds very interesting.
Other one I want to share right away, because I had two other cases. I described first the one that was more of a physical situation, and I had these other two people actually in Chile, and because the sessions were done online, and they had a significant history of depression, anxiety, panic attacks, and a few other things. And they were consistently, we had a few sessions with the Simpson protocol, and they were able to incorporate into their lives as well this self-hypnosis with the Simpson protocol. And their improvements in their life were so significant and so quick that normally would not be easily explained by the regular psychiatry or medical point of view, because they still need to catch up with the wonders, especially the wonders of the Simpson protocol.
Yeah, I think there's so many things that cause the particular thing, and it's different for everybody. But Simpson protocol can pinpoint exactly what needs to be addressed.
Some people may wonder, and I do love the fact that people take the time and the motivation to, even if they are insecure or maybe even distressed. For some people, topics like hypnosis may sound scary, may sound like foo-foo. And what I like is the fact that they contact me and we can discuss a few details regarding what really is hypnosis, and especially what is not. Especially when people sometimes say, but I have had hypnosis and it didn't work the way I wanted. The very particular, they sometimes ask me specifically, Claudia, about what is the difference between Simpson protocol and other style of hypnosis. And with all my respect to all the other styles that could be out there, what in my observation, that what I notice is other style of hypnosis in which the hypnotist takes the main role of deciding what the person has to do or not. What
Yeah.
I have seen is that, sure, they are sometimes able to get rid of a particular behavior. Let's say, okay, the person doesn't smoke anymore, and this is a real case that somebody mentioned to me. Said, Claudia, something happened. This hypnotist froze my hand, and I've never been able to smoke again. But what happens? The issue continues to be unresolved. So what I've seen is that the unresolved issue shows up in a different way. Like, okay, I don't smoke anymore, but now I gamble or I overeat or
Yeah.
on and on and on. And I said, what? Why? Because instead of you, as happens in the Simpson protocol, where there is a respectful communication between you and your superconscious mind, then you find the way to find the real solution to the issue instead of
And
ordering you
it
to
may
do
not
something.
be something any of us would think of.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's one of the key difference. The Simpson protocol empowers the open communication with the person and
With
their
their own
superconscious
mind.
mind.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. I think that's wonderful.
What I want to say is this book is particularly valuable for those who want to get a closer look. Sometimes people think about hypnosis like something, oh, but for a particular trauma only, or maybe I don't have that trauma. No, the Simpson protocol is for everything and everybody. So how can you really get a closer look and feel either you're interested in training, either you're interested in having a session? Really, the book is going to give you that closer look you need to realize that hypnosis is everywhere for everybody, and it could be applied for everything in life.
And it's very diverse, the book.
Yes, it's very diverse.
Very diverse for outcomes. I think it's a
Mhm.
wonderful idea. And
You're
there's a
guiding in the right
difference
direction.
in the country that people are in,
Yes.
the culture,
Yes.
everything. I mean, we're now working in China, we're working in other places, just about every language. We're working Singapore. You know, it's got everybody's different
Yes.
and they have a different background.
Science, for some people, may get a little bit of a bad reputation, but I have to thank science that, as I said before, is catching up and is showing, yes, there is something inside of us that it doesn't matter the name you want to give it. You want to call it placebo, you want to call it superconscious mind. The important thing is not the name. More than the name is to know that you have that inner power. And there is people like Inez, us, the trainers, and all the people in the world right now, that is many countries that we are doing the Simpson protocol, that can guide you to find that inner power and teach you how to use it. Yeah, and sometimes people even will dismiss the amazing power of placebo. How many times I heard, I did such thing, and can you believe that my illness actually recovered completely? That's placebo. And I'm thinking, wait a second. Placebo is one of the most powerful things, if we want to call it placebo, right? It's so
Yeah.
powerful. It's telling you how powerful you are. Why are you dismissing? Oh, it's placebo. It's fantastic.
Yeah. That's right. That's what I was trying to get across, that point.
It's
Yeah.
fantastic. I am not an exactive person. I guide myself for what I feel. My body, my being tells me this is the way. But I also respect some people that may be a little bit more afraid or a little bit more hesitant. They need a teeny bit more an explanation. And once they feel that a little bit more trust, they open themselves to possibilities. So that's
Yeah.
why I usually take the time to say, there is no silly question, anything you want to know, because the more open you go, the more you release, the better your session is going to feel.
That's well said.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh, no, thank you, Ines.